बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। राधा रानी की जय। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। यस्यैकनिश्वसितकालमथावलम्ब्य जीवन्ति लोमविलजा जगदन्दनाथाः। विष्णुर्महास इह यस्य कलाविशेषो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि। नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षण। यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्भुवं हदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। प्रिय भक्त समुदाय, महानुभाव, dearest devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Divine Souls. First, let me say Radhe Radhe to each and everyone, and my pranam, my humblest prostrations to all of you. Continuing with the topic, before that, let me wish everyone a happy Meri Radhe Divas. Jagat Gurutam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, the fifth original Jagat Guru, renamed this day for us as Meri Radhe Divas. Meri, mine, Radhe, Radharani Divas Day. The day dedicated, or the day of Radharani. So happy Meri Radhe Divas to everyone. Okay, so I've been speaking on Sadhana Bhakti. I told you there are two bhakti. One we have to practice, Sadhana Bhakti, and one we will attain through the grace of a rasic saint. When our heart has become pure, when we have made the vessel, then the true Guru, the Rasik saint who has attained that divine love, bliss of Shri Radha Krishna, will now bestow it upon us. He cannot do before the vessel is made, before the heart, the mind has been made pure. First, after it has been made pure, then he will make it divine. Through the Swarup Shakti of Shri Krishna, he makes the heart, the mind divine. And then only he can give that divine bliss, divine love, Siddha Bhakti, perfect devotion. We don't do that. That we are going to get. So Sadhana Bhakti, I told you yesterday, we reached a point where 3 rules After we alone in the room by ourselves. I went in detail why is the need for solitude. Now that we are alone, and they're told the 3 rules. One is first, asina sambhavat. We have to sit when doing dhyan, meditation, when we're doing sadhana, with the legs crossed, preferably. It's the best position. Second rule, achalatvacha peksham. We have to be alert. Keep the back straight. Focus the mind. Be alert. And the third sutra, Brahma Sutra, dhyanacha. Meditate. I told you not only meditate, there's so many different things for meditation. We have to do Rup Dhyan. Rup means the form. Dhyan means meditate. Meditating on the form of God. Bhagwan Shri Radha Krishna. Or the saint who is Radha Krishna personified. Rup Dhyan. I also mentioned that we should sing bhajan kirtan. This will help in keeping the mind focused. But we should only use a bhajan kirtan written by a saint. Tulsidas, Surdas, Meera, Tukaram, Nanak. Jagat Gurutam, Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, etc. Using bhajan kirtan written by worldly people will only cause harm to us. Wouldn't benefit. And we have to shed tears. Most important thing in bhakti, first thing, bhakti is to be done with the mind alone. Keep this in mind all the time. Mostly in the world, everything spiritual we see is done with the physical sense organ. Whether it's puja, whether it's jap, doing the name of God and the rosary and the mala, garland, whether it's Havan Yagna, whether it's going to place of pilgrimage, whatever we seem to be doing spiritually in the world, it's only with the physical sense organ. There's no participation of the mind, or very little. And that's why we don't benefit. Bhakti, sadhana, is to be done with the mind alone. Most important. Because God knows where the mind is, and it is the mind we have to make pure. Not the physical sense organs. The mind. God is asking for pure heart, pure mind. Niramal man jana so mohipava. You do puja, you do jap, everything you can do. But plus the mind. Mind first. The sense organs, use them, they are helpers. Use the hand to clap, the feet to go to Mandir, etc., place of worship, to meet the true saint, the true Guru, his divine abode, to go on pilgrimage, the mouth, the tongue to chant the name of God, his virtues, etc., the eyes to look at the beautiful murti or picture, the ears to listen to divine philosophy, name of God, etc. So use all the sense organs. They are helpers. But don't forget the mind. Most important, the mind. This is where we fail. And why we don't benefit. As Shri Maharaji told us this morning, when you try to do dhyan meditation, when you try to do sadhana, the mind by nature will go to what it likes. Somebody is attached to some place it likes, the mind will run there. It's nature of the mind. Mind is material. It's a product of Maya. The mind is actually called Maya in the scriptures. So it will go in the world. The sadhana is training the mind to focus, to go only on God, only on the saint who is God personified. It'll take time. It's not a custom. It'll rebel. We have to practice. Everything we have become perfect in the world, we have to work very hard. Even to walk, we can't remember. Our memory is very weak. We forget so quickly. How hard it is for a child to walk, we have forgotten. First, how many months we just lay on our back, we couldn't even turn. Wanted to, but couldn't. How much pain that child experiences, we can't even remember. The child is able to turn. Then the child wants to move, learns how to creep. The child sees everyone walking, I want to walk too. On taking a first step or trying to, how many times we fell, hurt ourselves, we cried, but we didn't give up. Until one day, not only could we walk, we could run. Everything. Why do we give up so easily when it comes to meditation, to dhyan, to bhakti, to sadhana? Oh, this mind, I can't do it. No. Practice. Abhyas. Just like we worked very hard in the world when trying to ride a bicycle, how many times we fell down? But we didn't give up. If anybody gave up, they never learn how to ride a bicycle. Half pedal, all kinds of things. Then, after practice, we became so good that we can let go the handle and ride. So, the beginning is hard. But the more we practice, the more we'll benefit, the more easier it will become, and the more we'll benefit, and then it'll become natural. But we have to practice regularly, every day. Don't do a little bit and then give up, little bit and then give up. So in the beginning, because we never practiced in any good way in the past, we need some help. We have never seen God, or we have seen Him, but we don't know what He looks like, His divine form. Whatever we have seen is material. These eyes we have, what do? They see, they look. What can they see? Material objects, because eye is material. Even if we were to see divine things, divine people, we'll see them as material. Avajananti mamurha manushim tanumashritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Chapter 9, verse 11, Gita. Shri Krishna is saying this. Ignorant human beings with material eyes, material mind, material intellect, we people, not knowing God's divinity, when we look at Him as an ordinary human being, just like us, under the control of Maya. Just as God is divine, His body is also divine. Chidanandamaya deha tumhari, bigat vikar jani adhikari. Tusidasi Maharaj says, just as God is divine, Chidanandamay, His body is also divine. But to see divine body of God, we have to be divine. We have to have divine eyes. Bigata bikad. one who's become free from Maya, who's become deserving. So we have, whenever God has descended in this world as Ram, Krishna, etc., we were there. We, the Jivatma individual soul, is beginningless. Uncountable times we've gotten human birth. We have seen when God has taken descension, we were there. But Jaki rahi bhavana jaisi Prabhu murati dekhi tina taisi. How we are on the inside when we meet divine entities, whether God or a saint also. This is God is divine, saint is also divine. But how we are on the inside when we meet them, we'll see them exactly like that. If we are tamasic, for tamasic nature, we meet God or a saint, oh, very bad man, oh, very bad. The worst man I've ever seen, the worst person. If we are rajasic in nature, we meet God or a saint, I know he likes money, money man. Money guru. Give him a bad name. And if we are sattvic in nature, we have high and noble thoughts, we have good thoughts, we meet God and a saint. Acha admi, good man. Better than me, but good. And God and saint are beyond Maya. How we can never understand. Only when they shower their grace. That's why only when God will shower His grace, we'll be able to benefit from a saint. Otherwise, like everybody else in the world, we'll meet a saint, we'll curse, we'll criticize, we'll abuse, beat them up, give them a bad name, throw them in jail. This is what happens when saints come in the world. We judge them according to how we are. So we don't benefit. So what does God look like? We don't know. So we take the use of some picture, murti, that we like, that's attractive to us. There are millions and millions. Get one that is attractive to you, that you want to be attracted to it. It's not God. What God looks like, no artist can draw. And no one has taken a picture. So take the use of some picture, murti. But if I meditate on, if it's the material thing and I meditate, will I not get material benefit only? No. God pervades in every particle of the murti, every particle of that picture. He pervades in every particle of the world, 100%. God knows we don't have divine mind, divine intellect to meditate on His divine form. And besides, He's Akaran, Karun, causelessly merciful. So God says, meditate. Any picture, any worldly object, it doesn't matter. Once the feeling is correct, once you have the feeling this is Bhagavan, I will give you divine fruit. So merciful is Bhagavan. So, take some picture, some murti, and sit quietly, open your eyes and look at that murti picture. Look at the murti, look at the picture, then close your eyes and try to visualize that same form in your mind. Make an image of it. In the beginning, you will find that the length of time it takes to look at the murti or picture will be very long. When you close your eyes, it will vanish away quickly. Don't worry. Look again. If we keep practicing like this, eventually we'll find the length of time it takes to look at the murti or picture will keep decreasing, and the length of time we can keep the image in our mind will start increasing. Less and less time will take us to look, and more time we'll be able to visualize in our mind. Until the point will come, you no longer need any murti or picture. Anywhere you can be and close your eyes and visualize Bhagavan. Do meditation, dhyan, sadhana, in the bus, in the train, and the plane, anywhere, the taxi. But we have to practice before. And don't let it remain a murti or picture. That won't benefit you. Let him come alive. Let Bhagavan come alive. Let Radharani come alive. Shri Krishna come alive. The saint come alive. He's looking at you. See the eyes winking. See the lips smiling. He's walking. His hands are swinging. He's giving you a hug. Let him come alive. So, you're able to visualize and you're using the chanting of written by a saint, bhajan, kirtan or mahamantra. Then shed tears. I talked in the first lecture how important it is to shed tears. God wants pure heart, pure mind, and the only thing can make the heart, the mind pure when we shed tears of selfless love for God, for the saint who is God personified. Not for the world. Shedding tears for the world will make the heart more dirty. It's already so dirty. The tears we shed of two types. Two kinds of tears. One hot, one cold. One of union, milan, and one of separation, viraha. What is the union and separation? Let's suppose you're able to now visualize God. You've practiced looking at the picture, etc., and you can visualize. And you're seeing Shri Krishna in your mind. You're able to visualize him bent in three places, bluish in complexion, yellow clothes like silken yellow, beautiful clothes, etc. He's walking towards you, swaying as he walks, so beautiful. He comes and picks you up in his arm, embraces you, gives you a hug. You feel the touch, the soft embrace. That's going to give you so much happiness. You will shed tears. Those tears are cold, and they are called tears of union, milan. And next time you're looking, you're trying to visualize, and you can hardly visualize, or the mind keeps running to the world. God doesn't want to come to you, etc. And you start feeling in the heart, it's because my mind, my heart is so dirty, my beloved doesn't want to come to me, I cannot visualize. This dirty mind keeps running to the world. This will also cause you to shed tears. These tears are hot. And they are called tears of separation, viraha. Both of them are important. Both will purify the heart, the mind. We have to shed tears. Make a relation with God. Don't just think He is Bhagavan, God. If we think about God, Bhagavan, that infinite being, infinite knowledge, infinite bliss, infinite, all-knowing, all-seeing, all-powerful, and we think I am the most fallen, sinful soul, you'll start to fear. You'll get afraid. And where there is fear, we can't love. Prem nahi kar. So we have to bring Bhagavan to our level. Every relation of the soul is with God. Every relation. Mata, Pita, Bhrata, Sharanam Suhit, Prabhu Sakshi. The Vedas say every relation of the soul is with Shri Krishna. He alone is our mother, He alone is our father, He alone is our friend, our brother, He alone is our sister, He alone is our beloved. Every relation. Tvamev mata cha pita tvamev, tvamev bandhuscha saka tvamev, tvamev vidya dravinam tvamev, tvamev sarvam mama deva deva. Tvam ev. Tvam means you ev alone. We are saying to Shri Krishna, Hey Shri Krishna, Hey Radharani, you alone are my mummy, my mama, my mum. You alone are my papa, my father. You alone are my friend. You alone are my companion. You alone are my wealth. You alone are my knowledge. You alone are my everything. Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. So this is a fact. We have to make it a fact. So we have to make a relation. The saints and scriptures recommend 3 bhav relations we have to make with God. There's a 5th one, but that's no good. There's too much distance. It's called shant bhav. The love between a subject that the subject has for a king. The yogis worship Mahavishnu, the form of Shri Krishna with 4 arms. It's too much distance. Bhagavan, Narayan. The bhaktas, they do 4. Dasya bhav, Sakya bhav, Vatsalya bhav, Madhurya bhav. The lowest one, Dasya bhav. The love of a servant for a master. The Lord is my master, I am his servant. As a servant loves the master. Many devotees, Hanuman, etc., Shabari, attained God in this way, loved God in this way. Higher than that, Sakya Bhav. The Lord is my friend, I am his friend, he is my friend. This is a natural relation of the soul also. This is higher. Between master and servant, there's still big distance. The servant, there's a lot of restriction. With a friend, there's no restriction. Loving God as a friend means loving him as your equal. There's no feeling of high and low. Many devotees, the Pandavas, Sugriv, Vibhishan, the cowherd boys of Vrindavan, so many. Higher than Sakya Bhav, Vatsalya Bhav. Loving God as my child. Now lower than me. First higher than me, then my equal, now lower than me. Loving God as a parent loves a child. Your full responsibility, the full rights to scold and punish the child, a parent. Yashoda Maya tied Kanhaiya to the mortar and threatened to beat him. This is higher. The Lord now is under the control of the parent. Many also, Dasharath, Kaushilya, Devaki, Vasudev, Nanda Baba, Yashoda, etc., etc. And the highest relation, Madhurya Bhav. Loving God as a lover loves the beloved. Is still also below. The beloved is controlled by the lover. Whatever the lover wants, the beloved will do. The gopis, they made Shri Krishna their slave with their love. Whatever the gopis want, Shri Krishna had to do. This is the highest relationship. The gopis of Vrindavan, they are the only ones attaining this, the highest level of love. Up to Vatsalya Bhav, Shri Ram. Same God. But the Shri Ram, the highest we can go, Vatsalya Bhav. The Shri Krishna, the highest relation. Madhurya Bhav, as the gopis love Shri Krishna. He is my beloved, I am his lover. So we have to make these relations. Then we can love. Just as how we love in the world. We know how to love already. We know how to love mommy, papa, mother, father, wife, husband, child, friend, servant, brother, sister. We know how to love. So nothing new to learn. All we have to do is take that love and transfer it to Bhagavan. That is bhakti. This is why the path of bhakti is natural and easy. Because we already know how to love. Now we have to just take that love and transfer it to Sri Krishna. And his bhakti. There are a few other things we have to do. But main thing, loving. Make in relationship. Love Him, feel in His presence. Include yourself in the meditation. And sometimes He's my baby. Love Him like that. Sometimes He's my master. I am His servant. While you're in the meditation, Shri Krishna says to you, "Hey, Das, my servant, I want to get this fruit to eat. I want you to press my lotus feet." Like this, you do seva. As a sakha, you play cricket with him, you play soccer, football. You can do so many different things. The cowherd boys would ride Sri Krishna like a horse. They would play games and the loser had to become a horse and everybody will take turns riding. So much rides. Sometimes he's my friend, sometimes he's my child. Like a parent will love a child, sometimes he's my beloved, the best. The love will grow. And of course, shedding the tears. But we have to do more about that. We'll hear the next lecture. Because we wonder, some people say, how? I find it so difficult. As ladies, sometimes they can cry easily. There's some people I know, the name is Pani. They cry for anything and everything. So the name was given Pani because he just crying all the time. People have no idea. They think somebody scolded her, somebody told her something, and she just crying. You ask her, "Why are you crying?" "I don't know, I just crying." Men, it's very difficult for them to cry. And ladies, even though they can cry in the world, but when it comes to crying for God, for a saint, it's very difficult. Why don't we cry? One reason. We can't cry for God or the saint. One reason. Abhiman, ego, pride. And what's the medicine to get rid of it? We have to get rid of the pride, that ego. This is why Gaurang Mahaprabhu in the Shikshastak, the very first sutra, says, "Tinadapi sunichena tarurapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari." This is very important, this sutra, from the Shikshastak of Gaurang Mahaprabhu. Number one, Trinadapi sunichena. Trin means grass, grass. One has to become more humbler than a blade of grass in order to do bhakti, in order to be a spiritual person. No ego, wanting Bhagavan and the saint cannot tolerate, they don't like ego, abhiman, pride. You want to go to Bhagavan, you want to get close to Bhagavan, close to the saint, then you have to get rid of the ego. Humility is compulsory. Not important, compulsory. We have too much pride. Ego. Second, taro rapi sahishnuna, to be more tolerant than a tree, a fruit-bearing tree. That people can say and do whatever it does and want, and it doesn't affect you negatively. I'll go in more detail. Third, amanina manadena. Man means respect. The absence of a desire for name and fame, for respect, to give respect to all, etc. So this is the thing this sutra, if we practice it, we'll be able to shed tears. We'll get rid of the abhiman, the ego. It's a big topic. So we'll hear more about this, which is because it is the most important thing in bhakti, shedding tears. Without those tears, no bhakti. You can jump high in the sky, jump, and dance, and do all kinds of things, showing that you're a great bhakt, a great devotee, but if we don't shed tears, then it's like multiplying by 0. This is the most important thing. So I will leave that for the next time. This is the most important topic. Shedding tears for Hari Guru, for Radha Krishna and the saint. Ladli Lal ki jai. Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki. Radha Rani ki. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.